personally.
Oh yes! The blue brand is back, man. Just like what me and Hope said yesterday. We said this shit was gonna suck. We said last night, we were like, during the WWE Raw show, we were like, you know what, man, not looking forward to tomorrow night, not looking forward to this shit at all, and hoping were we right or were we fucking right, man?
We were more than right, my dude.
Yeah, I think you call me your dear. Like, we're right, my dear. Love you, buddy. No, seriously, it's fucking Jesus Christ. But you know, Trey, I'm gonna ask you, man, and in the most PG way you possibly can, like, how do you feel about the main event? I mean, let's just start off. I know we have a whole thing we're gonna get to, but like, just really, really quick, what'd you think about the main event?
It was the thing I did not care about the most of the night because it was just weird the fact that we've seen Randy Orton versus Jinder twice. We've already seen Shinsuke versus Jinder. So it's just like whoever won, Jinder already beat him. So what was the point of this? I did not care about this main event. It's probably the worst thing of the night to me.
Yeah, I feel like it was one of the worst things of the night to me as well. But then one thing that really pissed me off as well is the whole, and let's start from the top, I guess, with the Shane McMahon situation being the fuck off Kevin Owens. Now, the thing about him being the fuck off Kevin Owens is that I really liked that bit. I really liked how he just attacked him, and then Kevin Owens kind of brought up some real shit or whatever the fuck. But the thing that really kind of pissed me off is the fact that within an hour, they already reached the climax of the storyline. They're already saying, oh, the chairman, Vince McMahon, oh, what, you don't feel like that was the climax? How do you feel about it, Hobie?
Because at the ending, he said that Vince McMahon's coming next week.
But it's, like, he already got suspended. Like, it's over.
No, the storyline's still going because that's just going to extend the storyline out to fucking at least Survivor Series.
Well, true, but you see what I'm saying, though? Like, we already, like, okay, when someone gets suspended, that should be the zenith of something, right? Like, usually when, like, Chris Jericho gets in a feud with John Cena or something like that back in 2005 or whatever the fuck's going on, usually ends up with someone being suspended and then going on to either, you know, go to another brand or taking a little hiatus or some kind of stipulation way later on down the line towards WrestleMania to come back. But a situation with this is we're not by a WrestleMania. We're not by a thing where Shane McMahon's going to be gone for a long time. He already did suspension thing, and this whole angle with Kevin Owens and him like coming to physical blows only happened once. It was just weird for this to happen once, and then not. I mean, it should have been a big thing where like maybe Shane McMahon gets escorted out of the arena. Maybe next week something happens, and Vince is like, "Hey, like, you're suspended, but I'll see you motherfuckers next week," or something like that. You know, tell the storyline and let it kind of extend a little bit. Tonight, you had a huge amount because Kevin Owens had the fucking promo thing with Shane McMahon. Interrupted the whole Carmella thing that she was going to start in the very beginning of the show when she was opening up. It had so much of this backstage interview stuff with Shane McMahon and everything. And then Daniel Bryan coming out later on. It was like, this was like a good 30-minute, 40-minute chunk of the show for just one angle. I mean, we could have seen Shelton Benjamin. We could have seen Chad Gable. We could have seen fucking any of these other wrestlers. I mean, I would have put it on the side. But once again, SmackDown Superstars, where the fuck are they? We only seen, like, what, 12 people today? Only 12 wrestlers actually showed up on fucking screen when they have a roster full of like 25 to 30 and they still add more people. I mean, the Robert Roode thing, that was fucking awful. We had to see a long-ass Ty Dillinger match that no one gave a fuck about. That crowd was dead as fuck. So, I mean, that's why I feel about the Shane McMahon thing. But I'm going to go ahead and throw this at Trey. Like, Trey, what do you feel about the Shane McMahon situation, and do you feel like it was way too much stuff about them?
The Shane McMahon Kevin Owens thing was probably one of my favorite things of the night. I will say I enjoyed it for the most part. I'm with Hovik. I don't think it's over because storyline wise, you know, Kevin Owens was saying that he was going to go after his whole family, not only Shane, but like suing the company, WWE. I mean, we know kayfabe wise, it's not really happening, but storyline wise, it's just like, hey, like Vince McMahon confronting Kevin Owens himself, not sending Dane Bryan to do it or anybody else. He's going to confront Kevin Owens and get it dealt with because he doesn't want his company to get sued. And I'm just like, hey, I'm for it because, in my opinion, it does keep the storyline going. Shane not being there, maybe he needs to take a break from something, and Vince McMahon's handling it right now. We don't know what's going to happen next week. Maybe Kevin Owens will powerbomb Vince McMahon. You know, maybe he'll turn the corners for that match between Shane and Kevin Owens to happen. So, yeah, I think the story's still going on.
Okay, now Hovig said the exact same thing pretty much too, saying that the story is definitely going to continue on. But do you think it's going to turn on or continue on for the good? Do you think there's going to be some good storytelling to be done here, or do you think you're going to not give a fuck about this by the time Survivor Series comes up?
It depends on how it goes, and that's for anything really. Now that even though I'm saying that because it's like it might be cool seeing what happens next week with Kevin Owens and Vince, but how's it going to go? Just like what you guys said last night, like about John Cena and Roman Reigns. It was cool last week, but yesterday it sucked. So it's just like we gotta see what happens.
Yeah, no, like, how about you, Hovig? Like, I mean, I know you're probably mirroring the same thing that Trey's saying, but in your own words, like, what do you feel about this? I mean, do you feel like this is going to be the Roman Reigns John Cena situation all over again, or do you feel like maybe SmackDown has something good going here? Next week's going to be kind of baller.
To be honest, it's just been tonight, kind of. That I mean, it's been going on for some time, but they really kind of hit off the fucking the storyline tonight with the whole Shane McMahon attacking, because up until now it's only been like, oh, you blame me for this, blah blah blah, blah. But no, they actually like pulled the trigger on the story tonight. But I mean, I guess only time will tell, because I really have that feeling that they're going to either push this storyline all the way to Survivor Series or maybe Hell in a Cell, because that's SmackDown's next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it could be Hell in a Cell, because they could probably put both the asses in one of the cells. That's probably your cell match right there.
Yeah, no, you're probably right, because I forgot they're going to do a Hell in a Cell match. And one thing, too, I want to bring up really quick over here is that, I mean, hopefully we see a Hell in a Cell match for the first time on SmackDown. Red Robot King, which is Raheem, a.k.a. Toki Pop, this motherfucker got a lot of names. He's like Triple H with the King of Queens and the Cerebral Assassin shit. But he said, basically, like, tomorrow or next week is going to be the Las Vegas thing, which they really hyped the fuck out of that. Naomi's going to go against Natalya, the whole fucking thing. I'm thinking, when Vince comes back, he's not really going to have a whole lot to do with this situation when it comes to, you know, these fucking wrestlers that we're talking about, Kevin Owens and Shane. He's going to be doing a lot of that gimmicky shit, like dancing around with hoes probably, and doing a lot of like, oh, like, let's have the spin the wheel thing, and, you know, whatever the fuck. I mean, I think it's going to be a comedy thing.
The genetic jackhammer has returned.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm a negative person, so maybe I'm just thinking incorrectly in that sense. But what do you guys feel about Vince having a lot to do with the Las Vegas thing next week? Do you think that's the case, or do you think he's going to be like kind of like stuck on just this storyline? I'll start with you, Trey.
I think it's going to be strictly to the storyline, because I think if they were going to do that gimmick of spinning the wheel or whatever for a match or whatever, they would have advertised it. I mean, it could surprise us, so you might have a point with that, Nick. But I think it's going to be strictly going after Kevin Owens because of the whole, hey, I want to see the WWE and literally turn SmackDown to the Kevin Owens show.
Now, how about you, Hovik? Same question. What do you feel about that?
What was the question?
Just do you feel like Vince McMahon's going to stick onto the storyline next week when he comes back, or do you think he's going to be part of like the comedic Las Vegas gimmick of the night?
Oh, you mean like every time that they were in a fucking
like Raw Roulette?
Yeah, he always used to come out with like the Rockettes or some shit like that, like some dancer from fucking one of the Vegas shows. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh yeah, it probably brings back an old like flamboyant character. Maybe he does something with Tyler Breeze and Fandango, because you guys did see there was no Fashion Files tonight, unless I'm wrong. So maybe Vince can be part of the Fashion Files,
But as far as the story, I mean, I'm pretty sure like it's gonna stick to the story, because I mean, if you think about it, Daniel Bryan was the one who said, "Oh yeah, everything's not done," and Vince is coming next week, so you're gonna have to deal with him and see what's gonna go on and shit. Because yeah, it's gonna be strictly story. I mean, he's probably gonna come out and dance like he always does his little strut like as he's walking down the ring. But then once he's in the ring, it's just gonna be business as usual.
Now the big thing that you've been asking for a lot, man, you might as well fucking win the lottery in this one. But Carmella finally dumped James Ellsworth.
Did she? Because I saw her kiss that motherfucker and smack him too.
And then slap him. That was the exclamation point on that shit. Trey, what do you feel about this, man? Do you feel like that's for sure over now or what?
Man, it was funny because Nick, you was like, man, I can't wait till Carmella dumps this guy. And then she does it. And we're like, yeah, finally. And man, she went in on Ellsworth, man, by the way. Like, we were from yay to like, dang, okay, Carmella, calm down, chill out. You're breaking them.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she did that promo, I was like, God damn, Carmella, chill.
Right. And then we get to the backstage thing where he's begging and admitting, yeah, you're right about me. I'm this pathetic guy, which, what a way to, prove her right and Nick right, because he's been saying it for months how much of a weak character this guy is.
Yeah.
And yeah, he pretty much proved it by admitting all that. And then she said, we're going to do it my way now. And then she kisses him and then slaps him. So I think they're back together based on that. I mean, it could be her pulling him by the strings now. Like, seriously. Because before it was just him being the little lapdog or whatever. Now it's gonna be, well, still a lapdog. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to do with
Well,
it.
yeah, because like when you saw the backstage when he was begging her to take him back or whatnot, and she pretty much said, you know, okay, well, this time everything is going to go my way. And then she kissed him and smacked him. So you know that, you know, now she's going to be the fucking one who runs the show and he's going to be the bitch.
Which is one
But
of the
that was
situations
already
where,
like that.
I mean, yeah, no, it was already like that. But I think the whole point was that he's been interfering a little too much with her lately. Like, you know, with the whole thing with the briefcase, like from tonight and a couple weeks ago. Like, he's just been like, it's almost like in a sense he's kind of gone rogue, kind of. You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
But at this point right now, it's going to be like as it was. But now he's going to have no say in fuck all at this point.
So in other words, Carmella's keeping him in check.
Pretty much. But like here's another situation I'm thinking of too is I'm wondering at a certain point, because we're talking about like certain situations of like us assuming what they're going to be doing, which we're always usually wrong nowadays because they just do shit randomly and you never know if someone's going to get injured or whatever the fuck, someone's going to get caught for Adderall or whatever the fucking case may be in WWE. But I'm feeling if I was booking, this is what I would do. I would definitely have a situation where, okay, like Mike Kanellis, he ain't doing shit either. Maria Kanellis, she's not even wrestling. Why not have Carmella and Maria do the stable of the women telling the men what the fuck to do? Maybe Rusev joins later on too, and Lana is his boss. And you got the three women bossing their fucking boyfriends or their dudes that they're linked up with. And there you go, a new faction on SmackDown. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's something they should definitely do. I think that'd be fucking badass. You get three girls who are not wrestling do their own little fucking thing. She's carrying around the Money in the Bank thing. All the other girls get jealous. You got that female storyline. Maybe the dudes get jealous of each other. I mean, I don't know. It's just, no, nothing.
It was kind of welcoming committee and it failed.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I see that. I'm looking over here. I'm looking over in the YouTube chat, man. And Raheem, this fucking dude called Carmella a cunt. He said Carmella equals bipolar cunt. Damn, really? Like cunt? That's a little rough for me. I don't know. I just watched a PG show. It's kind of fucking crazy to be hearing that right now. But yeah, I like Carmella. I don't think that she's a cunt. I think that her character. I mean, I'm not talking about like behind the scenes shit. I think her character really needed that big time. So I don't know. I'm hyped for this shit. I can't wait to see what she's gonna do next. But she needs to stop fucking around with that briefcase and use the fucking thing. And they need to stop with the Money in the Bank in general, dude. Do you guys think this might be the last year of the Money in the Bank, or no? Because I feel like it should be. No.
I mean, they've been doing it for like what? How many fucking 10 years already? That shit ain't gonna stop. As a matter of fact, they need to get rid of the whole fucking pay-per-view itself and put the Money in the Bank match back in fucking WrestleMania.
That's what
I agree.
There we go. Imagine that, and then you get to have more people be on the WrestleMania card, so no one feels like they're. Because it was fucking weird for Samoa Joe not to be at this year's WrestleMania, and he's already not on the show in general now. Again on Raw, it's like, dude, why can't you y'all motherfuckers just like have your wrestlers and like, and you know, if you employ them, let them work. Like, where the fuck is Joe? He keeps disappearing. Motherfucker's reptile. Up, down, R2. What the fuck?
Oh well, I think he got injured.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, that's why he's been gone. Like, I think, yeah, as a matter of fact, he got injured for, I think his ankle or some shit, or his shoulder. Knee injury, yeah, he's out for 4 weeks.
Jesus Christ, yeah, so it always has to happen at some point. I don't know what the fucking deal is. But here's one thing I want to bring up really quick before we even continue. Because I would stick with just WWE stuff, but I've been watching a lot of GFW lately, and apparently some news happened, which I'm a little kind of crazy about. Trey, let's do a little side tangent. Tell me what you feel about this whole Jeff Jarrett leaving GFW thing all over again. Because
is that he just got suspended because of apparently from the dirt sheets wise he got drunk.
Like always.
God, leaving his position. Yeah, he got drunk at that Triple Mania show when Sexy Star did that bullshit. And crap, I forgot to curse. And Jeff Jarrett. The thing is, it's like it's weird knowing Jeff Jarrett took back his old company to rebrand it as his new company. He finally gets it back from Dixie Carter after that whole legal issue with the Smashing Pumpkins guy. He finally gets it back, and he messes up, and now he's indefinitely suspended. I'm just like, dude, what was the point of all that? If he was doing all this stuff, making sure Dixie Carter could not sell the TNA library to WWE so you can keep your company, keep the company that you're trying to get back and form it to your new company. why would you mess up like this? You messed up so bad.
No, it's stupid.
And
I mean, I don't know how you can continually make these mistakes, because he made a mistake by just creating GFW in the first place. I know Global Force Wrestling is the end all be all right now; it's pretty badass, and TNA's not even a thing anymore. But he left TNA right before what's his face came in, Billy Corgan, and he did his own GFW shit, and it was like the whole thing with GFW, it wasn't a big deal. He was actually having to borrow TNA superstars and do this thing where they kind of like, share money and share contract negotiations with each other just so they can both stay above ground, when he could have just made that fucking GFW thing in TNA and just would have had your separate brand. Imagine if the GFW thing was TNA Explosion. You would have had this secondary show that's more amazing than the main show, like NXT is to WWE Raw and SmackDown. But he didn't do that. It was the most ridiculous thing, and now like that TNA is gone, GFW is now like the mainstay, whatever the case may be, and they just had this huge ass like inter-promotional like tournament they had going on, which was very, very like, I've never seen any other promotion do it. They have like round-based wrestling matches and everything. It was a super cool thing that they were doing, and now Jeff Jarrett takes this time where they're really flourishing to fuck up and start drinking and start doing stupid shit again. Like, at this point, I have no sympathy for this dude. I really don't. Like,
me neither.
I mean, do you feel like there's a slight chance, like, because like, okay, with him gone, because they just got Jim Cornette and the whole like authority figure gimmick, the storyline wise, which is pretty cool. I love Jim Cornette. But do you feel like they're gonna keep him there longer just so he can kind of like carry out all these administrative like, in ring stuff, or I mean, what do you feel is gonna happen like on the show about this?
I mean, they need somebody to do that. I mean, Jeff Jarrett, obviously, like, with his alcohol issues, it is like, I mean, he pulled the long game on Billy Corgan, man. So,
yeah,
like, I'm not going to forget that, man. Like, that whole TNA GFW mess was stupid. And even you just reminded me that GFW was barring TNA superstars, and they did that bullcrap to Billy Corgan to reform TNA to GFW. Now they do this. It's like, if anybody can pick up this mess that Jeff Jarrett is leaving that company in, it's going to be Jim Cornette.
And one thing I want to bring him to is Bruce Pritchard, which is the current authority figure on the show. Well, now he's not, and this was like a few weeks ago on August 17th, it says in the title of the video here. But like, when he was doing this, he's basically making a storyline explanation as to why Alberto Del Rio was gone, because he was the champion when the whole Page thing happened, and then he was, they obviously had to take the belt off him because he's beating the fuck out of his wife and apparently getting her on meth, because that's what she looks like. But, like, they had some kind of storyline about it, which was pretty cool because I think they did a good job with it. They actually brought in, like I said earlier, Jim Cornette. So GFW is doing a really good job at having storyline reasons and excuses as to why people are disappearing, or why people are gone. Do you think they're going to knock it out of the park once again with this Jeff Jarrett thing, or do you think they're just going to be like, he's gone, sorry guys, like, time to break the fourth wall, like, he drank. I mean...
I hate this sound cliche, but like I said, we'll see. I mean, like I said, Jeff Jarrett's suspended, and he owns the company again. It's his baby once again, so we'll see. But he left the first time, and I don't remember the issues from the first time, so I don't see what's going to stop him from leaving it this time. And who's going to keep it afloat? Like I said, Jim Cornette can be that guy, but what if he gets sick of it? I don't think this is Jim Cornette's first time with GFW, TNA. So what's going to stop him from leaving? I just like that company and its production, its history is so messed up, man. I just don't know where it can go from here. I really don't. They need help. They need work, or they just need to go off into the sunset.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm looking over here in the YouTube chat again, and Christian M says the female division, and we're going to get back to WWE SmackDown now, actually, because this is a great segue into, and this is not a topic I had already because there wasn't really a whole lot to talk about, I guess, but she's saying, or I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but they're saying the female division is very poor. Women with more personality are missing. The championship goes from hand to hand and lose credibility. Rousey is a solution. I don't think Ronda Rousey is ever going to come into WWE, especially the way everything is right now, because it just the shit sucks, right? I mean, she's not going to want to come in at this type of claimant of, quality of entertainment. But I do feel like maybe next week, we're talking about this whole like Las Vegas thing. What if they put some kind of like gimmick match, like a steel cage or last woman standing thing with Natalya and Naomi? Like, do you feel like they're gonna do some kind of like match type thing, or is it just gonna be a regular ass match?
Regular match.
Regular match.
Regular match. I don't think they're going to do anything special for that at all. And it's unfortunate because they're in Las Vegas. You would think with them, like, not really having a pay-per-view, I think it's upcoming, they would do something more hype, like, for these matches coming up next week. Like, the only thing we got is the Usos and the New Day street fight. So, I mean, like, Vince McMahon's coming next week, so he may surprise us. Like you said, Nikki, he might do some other stuff pertaining to the show. So I'm hoping for that more than anything. And on the Ronda Rousey thing, Nick, I saw this as a spoiler for the Mae Young Classic because I haven't watched it yet. But Ronda Rousey and her group did have something to do with Charlotte, Becky, and Bayley because of that whole 4 horsewomen thing.
Really?
So yeah, like it's like because the story where is that the UFC called themselves the 4 horsewomen originally, but then next thing you know, Charlotte started calling Becky, Bayley, Sasha, and her the 4 horsewomen. So they've been having like this little feud about who's the true 4 horsewomen for a while, and they finally had like this confrontation like at the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah, there they are right here. They're actually yelling at each other right here in this little thing. I mean, pretty cool shit. Hey, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. but yeah, okay, you're right. Maybe they do. But here's the thing. That's a Mae Young Classic, and I think Mae Young Classic has more to do with NXT than the main brands. Because I cannot see Ronda Rousey wanting to have anything to do with the main shit until WrestleMania, where I guarantee you it'll be against Ember Moon or Asuka or somebody that's actually worth a damn. Because nobody on the current fucking roster is worth a damn, except obviously Bayley, Charlotte Flair, and, the whole four horsewomen. But Sasha's going to be busy. Sasha's going to be going against Nia Jax or some shit. Maybe continuing her feud with Alexa Bliss. They're going to be busy doing other shit. I hope Bayley's elbow's still fucked up by that point, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say that I hope someone's injured, but Bayley, I mean, I think it'll be better for Bayley if she's fucking injured. She needs to stay the fuck away and get people to forget about her stupid gimmicky-ass storyline and their... like, please get rid of that theme music, dude. That theme music is bad as shit. I can't stand that fucking thing.
It worked at NXT. It does not work on the main roster.
Yeah. But here's the thing, Hope. I'm going to bring you in here with this thing because I am very curious because I actually know how Trey feels about this. We were enjoying it in the Rabbit and everything. But you, man, I want to ask you, Dolph Ziggler's re-debut, was that shit not hype as fuck or not? Oh, what? You don't like it? I liked it. That was kind of
Me too.
Fun. Yeah, especially that Naomi bit. I laughed my ass off at that Naomi bit.
That was the only thing that made me laugh was the Naomi bit. And it just... It also made me laugh because all he was wearing was fucking Finn Balor's fucking wig shit, and it's just neon green.
Yeah, no shit.
That made me laugh, and at the same time, I'm sitting here saying to myself, I'm like, what are they doing to you, man? Like, what the fuck is going on? I know this is supposed to be a re-debut, which I don't even know what the fuck that means after all these years of him being on a damn show.
I mean,
what did you guys like about it? Because I'm trying to see it.
I mean, I'll do it first really quick, and then Trey can probably jump off and
yeah, go ahead.
On it. But like for me, I really like the John Cena thing because his whole gimmick is almost like he's being a gimmick, but the gimmick is an anti-gimmick that breaks the fourth wall but stays within the fourth wall as well.
So like Damien Sandow.
Yeah, but the thing about Damien Sandow is that it was so, like, after he comes out and does this thing where he dresses up, because El Snow did the same thing. I don't know if you remember that, but El Snow did the exact same thing. Started dressing like the Rockers when he was with Marty Jannetty. Started dressing as different, like, characters back in, like, 2000. Like, they're in Europe, he's this guy. They're in Italy, he's this guy. The whole fucking thing. So I've seen this done before, and Damien Sandow was just doing the same old shit. But Dolph Ziggler's doing something where it's like, he does it, but then tells you why it's stupid. Like, we're watching this with a bunch of non-wrestling fans, and they were laughing. You know what I mean? It was like, oh my god, John Cena's coming out. Oh, what? And then it's like, well, that's a weird thing. But then Dolph Ziggler starts talking shit about John Cena, so people are like, huh, okay, I know John Cena. This was funny because you're making fun of John Cena. But now I'm like, oh shit, yeah, fuck John Cena. Dolph Ziggler's a shit. It's like you re-educated the fan, the casual fan. You know, you got the casual fan to have a reason to like you. That's what I liked about CM Punk. CM Punk's actually the reason why I got back into wrestling because when he did promos about Jeff Hardy, he brought up real shit. That's about Jeff Hardy's real life persona, not his fucking character. And I was like, oh, I have a reason not to like Jeff Hardy. Then he started talking about other shit that has nothing to do with wrestling, like Twilight fans, drug addicts, fucking the gothic chicks in the goddamn crowd. And I was like, dude, CM Punk, like, fuck wrestling. I just like this guy, Phillip Brooks. He's awesome. And I don't know, he kept doing that with the pipe bomb and things like that. But Trey, what'd you like Kovagas? What'd you like about Dolph Ziggler's re-debut?
Nick, you took the words right out of my mouth, man, because that's what I loved about it. He was making fun of all the fans, the marks. He was making fun of us, people who love these characters, people like me who like John Cena because of the whole never give up thing, the people that like that whole Macho Man and Elizabeth thing, the people who like that whole Naomi Glow thing. I mean, it was just, I love that whole aspect of him marking the fans. of people being way more focused criticizing his character. Because on Twitter, Dolph Ziggler's thing is people messing with him about his character, how he is as a character as of late. And that's been going on since a year. Like, he even said something, I think 2 years ago, a year ago, where he said people don't like him no more because he's not as relevant as he was in 2013. But, like, they're not respecting his ring work. And for him to bring that from Twitter to here, like, exposing it to the fans, saying that, hey, anybody can do the characters that I just mocked just now, but nobody can do just as much work that I do in the ring. And I love that aspect. I really did. It was amazing. And oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, in Hovig's offense, because, I mean, I do think Hovig makes a point, too. Us wrestling fans, Trey, because you're right here with me and Hovig, too, where we're not that entertained by this because we saw the real Macho Man do this shit. We saw John Cena do that fucking last night. We saw Naomi do that last week on SmackDown.
And I know he's just making fun of this shit. Because the funny thing is, the one thing that I would have loved is that when they turned off all the lights, I was like, don't tell me he's about to do The Undertaker. And then he came out with the whole glow shit. I was like, okay, that was kind of funny. And I understand. I'm not saying that I don't get it. I completely understand what the hell Dolph was trying to do. But it didn't come off as like a...
It didn't entertain you, basically.
No, it's not even that it didn't entertain me. Like, I couldn't take him seriously because he didn't. I don't even think he took it seriously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I know you're trying to make fun of this. I understand. I'm with you, Dolph. But at the same time, you don't seem too pissed off about it. I would have been more into it if you were fucking pissed off. Like, this shit, fuck these fucking gimmicks. Like, you know, but more PG. But, you know what I mean?
You know what?
I disagree with that.
Oh, go ahead, Trey.
Actually, yeah, I disagree with that. I feel like he was pretty pissed off about it because even then you brought up like Damien Sandow, right? And what was Shelton Benjamin's partner name?
Charlie
Haas. I keep wanting to say, Charlie Haas. Like even Charlie Haas was doing it at one point. But one thing that they were not doing was mocking the character. Like, I mean, yeah, they were in character, but they never said why it was bullcrap. You know,
yeah,
and I felt like I felt that
did the same thing too. And it's just like they were playing dressed up, and Dolph Ziggler's saying like, not only am I playing dressed up, but at the end of this fucking promo, at the end of this joke, there's going to be an exclamation point, and that is, I'm Dolph fucking Ziggler. I'm not that corny shit I just made fun of right now. Like, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, Curtis Axel and Damien Sandow, they go into the ring. They're these characters. By the end of the match, it's like, oh, they're those characters.
Right.
Well, that was funny.
I mean, freaking Damien Sandow made his whole thing being Damien Mizdow for the longest. And the only reason I remember that is because when I walk by the wrestling aisle at freaking Walgreens, there's still Damien Mizdow toys out there. It's like, wow, this is really a thing. It's just crazy. Now, one thing I would have gave you, Holden, is we brought this up. This is something that made me mad. After that Dolph Ziggler promo, and I think they played it beforehand, they played that cricket commercial where Dolph Ziggler, that ruined it.
That ruined it big time.
That ruined it 100%. That's what made me mad. I was like, really? So you have this whole promo of Dolph Ziggler not giving a crap anymore about pleasing these fans there and everything. Meanwhile, you got this freaking commercial of him helping a fan out and saying, that's fire. That ruined that whole thing.
Dude, I did not think about that. And that's the thing, like, man, the way they position commercials are so fucking stupid. Because Hovig brought this up about 2 weeks ago with that Sasha Banks thing, with the title belt. Remember that, Hovig, where she was going to have the match and she still had the title, but the fucking commercial was her without the title. Or no, Alexa Bliss had the title or something like that.
Yeah, that was during
SummerSlam.
No Mercy. SummerSlam. Yeah, Ruthless brought it up.
Oh, Ruthless brought it up. Okay, but yeah, like, they spoiled it. They like WWE spoiled their own shit. I'm like, god damn it, dude. Like, those commercials are fucking it up. And then on top of it too, it's like the one thing that really frustrates me as well is Dolph Ziggler. His whole thing is the wrestling part, right? He was talking about how he's a great wrestler. Why couldn't you have Dolph Ziggler walk to the ring? Out comes fucking Chad Gable or something. He beats him in 2 minutes. Just somebody. Like, you have all these wrestlers on the show that are not being used. Have Dolph Ziggler just beat the fuck out of somebody. Because at the end of the day, yes, he's funny. Yes, he's telling people they suck, whatever. But tell me why I should give a fuck with you when you get inside the ring. Since it's the topic of the promo. And he didn't do it. And it's like this weird tease thing where it's like, you can't tease us because we've seen Dolph Ziggler do everything. So it's like if Shawn Michaels came back and it was like, yeah, I mean, I might get back in the ring. I mean, you never know. It's like, well, I don't give a fuck because I've seen you fight everybody. Like, it's not a big deal that you wrestle. That's like making me wait for Jason Jordan to fight again. Who gives a fuck? Like, you know? But like I said, I mean, I dug it. It was funny, but then like you said, Trey, that shit was bad. And then another thing too is like I don't even know if he's a face or a heel yet. This is like a CM Punk pipe up thing, where it's like he's supposed to be a heel, but he's cheered and he's okay with being cheered. And it's like, well, you're being a shitty bad guy. Then you gotta pick a fucking side, or just stop talking shit to the fans and just do your thing. I mean, I don't know. It's fucking odd. But the biggest thing that's really odd is the main event. Now, the thumbnail to the show is Randy Orton and Nakamura face to face, blah blah, the whole fucking thing. Now, you guys said Nakamura won. Was it clean, or was there some kind of fuckery going on?
No. Everything was legit. Everything was clean. They actually had a pretty legit match. I think it was like the only match of the night where everybody kept yelling, "This is awesome." So, and they did their thing. And it was a short match, too. It was like not even 15 minutes.
Yeah, it really was.
Because Mr. Viper took like 30 hours to get to the fucking ring and then finally do all this shit and like, but...
No, and here's another thing, Hovig. Okay. Trey can't cuss, so I'm not even going to go there. But I got to just complain about one thing. Trey, can I say one thing about Nakamura that really pissed me off tonight?
Go ahead.
Hovig, did you see that? No. That was bad. He was getting electrocuted again, right? Whatever the fuck. Motherfucker held R2 and R2 at the same time and got his X-ray open. That's great. But here's a fucking thing that pissed me off. There's a part where he's grappling Randy Orton, and he puts his head on Randy's belly and does an airplane move, shaking his hands, and rubs his head all over his fucking stomach for, I swear to God, 12 seconds. I counted the shit. 12 seconds, rubbing his face against his fucking stomach.
I'm sorry, Nick. I can't say anything because I missed it.
Dude, I've never been so... Fire him, please. Fuck. Oh, I hate that motherfucker. And I'm going to look to see how they upload this video because I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. Because this is the shit that really pissed me off about Nakamura. Because no one wants to bring this up. But this dude is such a character and such a weird thing that people like to fucking see. Let me see. They did upload it, by the way. I'm going to see if I can find this shit in here. But it's just... Yeah, no one... Oh, that's from last week. This is Randy Orton. There's a tag team match. God damn it.
Well, while he's looking for that video...
I'm sorry. I got to show you.
I want to say one good thing, because I know I said earlier I didn't care about the match, and I still don't. But I said the only thing I think was cool was when Randy Orton tried going for the RKO. That reversal Nakamura did to try to get the armbar that led to the Hell's Gate. I'm still gonna call it the Hell's Game. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome. Yeah, I still don't care about the match.
Okay, and I can't find it, but I mean, basically what I'm trying to say is Nakamura, when they do that whole thing, he's like Michael Jackson. He's the artist known as Nakamura. He gets so lost, and so does the crowd in this whole majestic, ooh, I spread my fingers apart and I go, the whole fucking thing. It's that becomes the match. It's like Robert Roode when he does that thing where he goes glorious, and then he's in the middle of a real hard fought battle. He's moving his hands in the air. He's spreading, he's spread egoed. He's, showing off his body and the whole thing. That becomes a match. It's where's the wrestling? I'm basically just watching a dude give me a fucking striptease.
Bitch, please. You know for a fact that we would do that shit in the motherfucking video games too. All it is a taunt.
No, you do it in the taunt because you can get fucking a superpower to use my finisher.
Yeah, but they've been doing that shit since the goddamn company was first created.
And it's always been bad.
And now Bobby Roode does that shit, and it's fucking
No, because here's
annoying.
the thing. The Rock would do it. The Rock would do that thing where he's right behind somebody, and he's doing that weird little he's gonna stick his horns on your ass thing, and he's oh, I'm getting ready for that rock bottom. I'm getting ready for it. Same when John Cena does it. I don't complain when John Cena does it. But there's one thing where No Way Jose is in the ring, dancing up against the ropes, dances on the turnbuckle. The guy who he's fighting, the guy stops fighting him. The guy's oh, okay, you want to dance? All right, I guess I'll just stand here. And then he gets in the tie-up. They're grappling around, headlock, takedown, snapmare. Oh, time to dance again. Walks out of the fucking ring. The referee stops counting. He doesn't count to 10. No Way Jose is dancing with the fans, goes back on the ropes, dances up there, goes back down to the fans again, claps a few hands, kisses the baby, goes back in, punch, dances again. Ugh. And Robert Roode does the same shit. It's a weird NXT thing, because if you notice, that's what Nakamura does. That's what Robert Roode does. Sami Zayn kind of does that sometimes, too, where he's too busy hyping up a crowd that is so dead. It's Sami Zayn's trying please, people, act like you're excited. I need to pay my fucking bills. Ugh. I swear.
Poor Sammy. He just wants everybody to like him.
He is fucking so boring, dude. So fucking boring.
Yeah,
And English stole the scene today because he did that funny ass like, no, don't hit me, and he ran away, and that shit was funny. But like, I mean, Sami Zayn's like just destined to just be the loser because he sucks. He's boring as fuck.
And you know what's fucked up? Years ago, he had match of the year with fucking Cesaro.
Yeah, and the mask, El Generico fucking. Oh no, was it on ROH?
No, it was on NXT.
It was NXT rival.
Okay, well, I didn't see that match. You're probably right. But I remember people used to freak out in ROH talking about, man, El Generico, he's fucking awesome. I'm like, no, you guys like him ironically. This dude is not fucking awesome. He does luchador shit worse than the luchadors do. I'd rather see Kalisto and Sin Cara. Give me Rey Mysterio. I want to see he's just, appropriation of Mexican culture. Like, I mean, I don't know. I want to see John Morrison. Let's watch Lucha Underground. Fuck this guy. It's just, I don't know. I can't stand Sami Zayn, y'all. I really can't.
I never watched his matches. El Generico. Nick, you probably have history with that. So if you have any El Generico matches that you thought were bad, just recommend me some. But
well, they're not bad, honestly. It's just like you know what I'm saying though, Trey. Like sometimes a character, like okay, let's be honest, and hope he's gonna get mad. But Undertaker's matches for the last 8 years have been pretty fucking awful. Like Undertaker has been just pulling out shit match after shit match after shit.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you're saying it. But then everybody else has been like, "Oh shit, he's had like the best match of the fucking year."
I mean, but the whole thing to defend that though. I mean, of course, this is all of our opinions. I mean, Nick shits on Nakamura every week, but like outside of that, like yeah, he calls the fans bullshit, but the fans love Nakamura. So it's just like, hey, like this is our show where we have our opinions. I mean, Nick's opinions.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just pointing this out.
No, I'm not.
You don't even need to get fucking defensive, motherfucker.
No, I wasn't trying to get defensive. I wasn't trying to get defensive. It's just you were saying that everybody else be saying like, yeah, Undertaker had the best match or whatever. I mean, that's just how we are. This is the Ringside Hangout. We're gonna give the way we give our opinions out. So I wasn't getting defensive, Hulk. Don't think that. I was just
man, you know you were.
No, I wasn't because I don't share that opinion. How can I be defensive if I didn't share an opinion on it?
Yeah, I know, because Trey will be on your side in this. He's just telling. Yeah, I know how Trey. Yeah,
I was on your side.
Yeah.
I know.
No, because the thing is, and the thing is too, Trey's not on my side because I've been fucking with him all night.
Yeah.
No, but the thing
is, he's trying to get you to curse, Trey. Just once.
I've been picking.
I did 3 times already, and I just said the F word just now.
No, but the thing is with Undertaker though, like I mean, I just like it's only my opinion. I know people are gonna hate me for saying it, but like I just feel like he's been awful. But the thing is, Undertaker is not great because his fucking wrestling skills. He's great because his character. He's great because the way they build him up. Like I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. Just him walking to the ring is like a big part of his character. And the choke slam, I just want to see the choke slam. Doesn't matter if it's a good choke slam or not. I don't give a fuck. I just want to see him. You know?
Fuck that, bro. I want to see old school.
Well, we can't though. The man's old as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? He can't do what he can do. And I mean, hey, I love old school Undertaker, but it's just one of the things.
That's just it. It's like because you can see anybody do a choke slam, but when Undertaker walks on that top rope, god damn, man.
I'm not even a fan of that. But the one thing I will say, I'm sorry. He's just
damn.
I'm sorry. I've never been a fan of that.
Shoot me further down, bro.
But the thing
is, fuck Hurricane Irma. It's Hurricane Nick Diaz.
But it's just like it's one of those things where there's a character to it, and he makes it work because he does so much other stuff undertoned of the moves, right? With Robert Roode, there's no his whole thing is like, okay, he's glorious. Okay, well, I don't like the glorious thing, so do something else for me. Talk some shit. Oh, he doesn't talk shit. He dances. Okay, do the whole like showing your body thing. Let's see some moves. His finisher is a DDT. Now I don't know about you guys, but I've been playing video games for a long time with WWE. Every default fucking character move is the DDT, and we're supposed to
100%.
And we're supposed to expect that this dude has a default fucking finisher, and yet they put some thought and stock into this fucking character? No. If your move is a DDT, I don't give a fuck about you. Like,
matter of fact, Undertaker's DDT is normally the default DDT in the game.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, it was Jake the Snake's fucking finisher
back in 1979 to 1988.
and it's Alexa Bliss's finisher too.
Exactly.
I don't even know,
This
man.
is a female wrestler who's been wrestling 2 years versus Robert Roode.
I don't even know. Why did people even have the DDT as a finisher? Even Edge had the inverted DDT as a fucking signature.
Yeah, and that was rough too. But at least Edge had like 3 other trademark moves. He had the electric chair drop, which he kind of retired after like 2004. He had the spear, which yeah. And
everybody has a fucking spear.
And then not the execution, the educator. What's it called? The backwards fake before leg lock.
Was it the execution?
No, it had a weird name. It had the word edge in it. It was like a edge pun. But basically,
education. I don't know.
Yeah, some weird shit. But he did that move, and it was like at least Edge had other shit. Not to mention, underneath all those moves, you had Edge, the ultimate opportunist. The fact that Lita with her big ass titties outside in the fucking ring, you can get any move over. I can win the match with a slap as long as I got Lita over there making my character that much more interesting and a fucking storyline with Matt Hardy. Robert Roode has no storyline. He comes out to the ring, ooh, I'm sexy, I'm glorious, I want to be like Ric Flair. Oh, I'm a wrestler though. Like that's it. He's a wrestler. The end of his character. I hate that shit. You know, he only lost once in NXT at the very end there. I want to see him fight with Adam Cole and the dudes that came in. Bobby Fish and fucking
the Chocolate Milks.
The Chocolate Milks. The D'Lo Browns, man.
Anytime there's like some new tag teams or whatever the fuck, man. The Chocolate Milks. That's Nick's default name for everybody.
Yes, but that's all I'm saying. It was like with Nakamura and everything. It's just like, especially too with the whole like this match ended just like the Jinder Mahal match where Jinder Mahal does one finishing move. Like, okay, I know that you're probably like Nick. You always talk about repetitiveness. You know the whole thing. But like, dude, it was a title match. Why couldn't Nakamura kick out of Jinder Mahal's fucking big move at SummerSlam? Like, come on.
To keep the storyline going.
But it didn't. Randy, they're going back to Randy and him now. Because
no, they're
Randy
not. Nakamura won.
Oh, yeah, fuck. Well, then, you know what? I lost everybody. They got me. God damn it. That's why you don't care. I forgot who fucking won. Damn it. Well, then what's Randy going to do now? Like,
who cares?
We're done.
But my rating for the show, okay, it's definitely a 1.5 out of 5 for boredom. And the bad writing. I feel like there was a lot of cool shit that could have been awesome. But, like the Shane McMahon thing, it was just too long. It was fucking great, but it was so long. I'm just like, dude, the whole show is not about them. Put that shit on YouTube or something. Put it on WWE Network as a fucking exclusive. I don't need to see 2 hours of the same fucking storyline bam so it's like 40 minutes in total. And it didn't even have a fucking, like, the climax was bad. I wanted to see what was going on with Tamina and Lana. Didn't see anything there. I wanted to see what was going to happen with Shelton Benjamin. I've been waiting since the beginning of the fucking brand extension to see Shelton Benjamin. He gets one match in, boring as fuck, and now he's gone already. It's Shelton Benjamin. He was one of the best fucking ladder match dudes ever. The best suplexes ever. He's like a black Kurt Angle. The guy's fucking incredible. He was just on GFW whipping everybody's ass on GFW like 2 weeks ago. Now the motherfucker's on here and he not even on the show. Ugh. 1.5 out of 5. Hovig, take it away, sir.
My rating for tonight was actually solid 2. There's nothing too crazy that I felt was going on with the exception of the whole Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens thing. So I guess we'll see what happens next week when Big Daddy Vince comes back. But other than that, the only other thing that I thought was decent but cringy at the same time was the whole Carmella James Ellsworth shit. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that, but okay. The main event was actually decent. It wasn't like a classic or anything, but by far. But it was actually a decent match. And hey, I mean, fucking Nakamura won clean. Randy was down and out, and I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Dolph Ziggler. And yeah, 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. I got 1.5 out of 5. You had 2 out of 5. Trey, I'm kind of wondering. I have no idea what you're gonna say. I really don't.
I'm thinking 2.5.
I'm thinking 1.5 like me. Trey, take it away.
Nick, he was 1 off. You was a 0.5 off. I'm giving him 1 out of 5.
Damn.
Oh, damn. All right.
I just, man, I liked a few things, right? Like, Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens thing was cool. Carmella and Ellsworth, like I said, she tore him a new one, but then she messed up by stepping him back and all that stuff. The Dolph Ziggler thing I loved. Other than that, the matches I didn't care about, the main event I didn't care about. God, it was just even that whole thing with AJ Styles and Ty Dillinger at the end, like, hey man, like U.S. Open Challenge, but it's open to you. I was like, oh, I don't want to see Ty Dillinger versus AJ again. I just, yeah, 1 out of 5, man. I didn't care a lot about this show. I mean, I'm more like liking the aspects of what could happen with Shane, Dolph, Carmella, Ellsworth, see where those games are going, instead of what actually happened tonight. So, yeah.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing, people. Usually we do, little announcements and things like that. I don't really know what to announce, but I will say this. If you're watching this, you mean you're a huge MCA fan if you're watching this right now? Because, come on. Like, of course they are. The thing is, I want to put like a straw poll or something out there for people to kind of vote on what they want to do for the Saturday viewing party or whatever, because that's what's next. We're not doing anime night tomorrow night. Right, Trey?
Right.
Okay, exactly. So, why don't you guys kind of leave some comments down below and say, hey, maybe you should do this for the viewing party? Because tomorrow night, for 7:30 CST, the midweek chat tag, which is tomorrow night right before the extravaganza, we are going to be asking people and putting out a straw poll of what you guys want to be doing. So definitely let me know in the comments below if you're watching this part of the video right now. You probably already left by now. But make sure to do that. And if you can't do that, like I said, you get your chance tomorrow night, and then we'll put a new straw poll probably on the Children of the Toast or something, or ROS Wrestling fans. I don't know what the fuck, but we'll put something up by Thursday. And it should be some fun stuff. And I think that's about it, except for one question. I'm going to throw this at Hovig, actually. Hovig, when the fuck is WWE No Mercy? Because I don't fucking know.
It is... Yeah, talk about throwing me in the fucking shit like that. It is okay. September 24th.
September 24th, which that means it's going to be in basically 2 weeks. So that 2 weeks when it comes up, we're definitely going to be, yeah, right, I think. Hey, 2 weeks and 4 days?
3 weeks.
3 weeks, okay, yeah.
3 weeks and like...
In 5 days.
Yeah,
well, that's 2 weeks and 5 days. But it's okay. So, but yeah, man. So definitely that's gonna be happening. People, it's gonna be cool as shit. We're gonna be doing the WWE No Mercy thing. So yeah, if you guys want to come on for those shows, the pay-per-view shows, or just additional shows like the Raw and SmackDowns, make sure to let me know on Facebook or let us know in the comment section below, and we can bring your ass on. That's gonna be about it. Trey Cooper Scooper. I'm gonna count down to 3, dude, and you're gonna be fucking saying the little phrase that we like to call the attack the chat phrase, okay? So 3, fucking 2, fucking 1.
Attack the chat.
Hovig is gay.
And forget WrestleMania and forget SummerSlam.
I remember that shit.
Man, fuck these damn wrestling shows. I'm getting sick and tired of this shit.
Fucking Hovig likes Bailey. Live.
Take that shit back, you motherfucker.
No, look at you. Being fan over here.
I'm about to go to Wendy's.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys later.
No, I want some Wendy's. Can you give me something?
No.
I like a number 5 and a number 6. And a
I like